Welcome back, guys. So this is going to be our first video rata report for Team Yankee. Unfortunately, it's going to be all proxies, and even most trans proxy. So, as much as I didn't like to do that, I really want to bring you guys along with this journey. I thought it'd be really cool that you'll get to see as I expand with my models and change it over. You kind of get to go with the full experience. Because I'm going to be playing with my T64 battalion today. And I'm going to be going up against the list that whooped me in Historicon. I forget the guy's name, but he gets third place in his West German list. When I saw it, I'm like, it'll be rough. I'll get to the list in a second. We're going to be doing some test battles because people like to say how the Soviets are garbage, trash. Their tanks are too expensive. They don't get enough bang for their buck. Then I hear also people being like, the Soviets are super overpowered. So, I love playing the hard army, so I can't wait to play it. Plus I get to use my favorite tank the Soviets ever made, the T-64. I wish I had some Era armor on it, but you know what, hey, who needs Era? It's a little too advanced for me. I gotta keep my Cold War. And when it starts getting to the 90s, it's like, that's too crazy. I'll stick with my sweet T-64. No songsters though. Very, odd upgrade for. I wish I didn't have to pay points for it. You just gotta be like tucked in for the cost, but we're gonna figure this out. We gotta get a lot of practice games into. It's gonna be a hard army. You gotta practice to be good at it. You gotta like 10 games at least before you get really comfortable with the army. I'll be using my East Germans to proxy in for them, and then I'll be using a lot of American and old World War II stuff to represent these West Germans. So let me get to the list, and I'll talk to you in a second.
All right, guys. So this is gonna be the West German list. As I said, this is going to be the list that whooped me in Historicon in the third round. It comprises of it's a Leopard 2 company with their heavy armored recon company combined with it. And it comprises of a Leopard 2 platoon with a Leopard 2 command tank. Got the Martyrs with the infantry, with the 3 rifle stands, or the G3 stand or something like that, and then 2 of their two Milan teams, and the infantry had the Panzerfaust as well. They're all mounted in Martyr 2s, which would be the Panzer 4s. Over here is the 4 Leopard 1s. 3 of them are the normal ones, and then there's 1 command one. They have the 2 Luciuses patrols for their guys. A little bent gun over here. Let's fix that little guy. Can't break the immersion too much. 3 Stugs with the broken barrels over there are going to be his Jaguars, the sweet ones with the AT-23. We got a Lars rocket battery. The one that actually has rockets on it still is the command one. 2 of those Flying Tiger, little annoying bumblebee little things, the news helicopters. These have minelets, by the way, which are always never fun against the Soviets. Then we have Fliegerfaust teams for the 25-pounders and 4 Gepards. So there's that nasty West German list, 100 points. Now let's see if take a look at the Soviets. What I'll be bringing my T-64. All right, so over here with the East Germans, well, these East German models are actually going to be Soviets today. They're a little proxying. The T-72s are all T-64s, and it's actually 2 separate T-64 battalions, comprising of each of 7 tanks, the 1 HQ, 2 sets of 3 T-64s, and then they all have a BMP-2, the minimum sized one, platoon, chilling out back there. And then there's an exact duplicate of another 2 T-64s, an HQ command tank, and another BMP-2 minimum. And they're 2 nice medium-sized formations, kind of hard to break. But the T-64 is just significantly cheaper if you take it in units of 3. And even though I got 6 1s in the first tournament, the guy was really playing with an army more designed for being cheap than it was for winning a tournament. So I think 4-3 is really the way things are going to go. And anyway, that was scored. Whoever had more wins mattered. So it didn't really matter if I had 4 3s or 6 1s anyway. So when I was designing my old list, I was kind of like, either way. I still got 10 platoons though on this list. So I get that free. If one of my platoons dies, I get the free bonus. In divisional support, I have 2 BMP-2 recons for the few times you'll need that. My Carnations are actually 3 Acacias, the new 152mm howitzer. I'm going to test that today. I don't know, I want to use an Acacia just because it's a new model. I don't know, I've already painted obviously Carnations for the East Germans, so I want them for something new to paint for the Soviets, but having a hard time. I'm hoping that artillery's a little bit better, but I'm not taking the Krasnopol projectiles because I think they're trash. But we'll see. I'm hoping that they're better and they'll be useful. There's supposed to be a recon vehicle over here somewhere. There's also a BMP observation vehicle. I'll have that on the table though. Back there are my SA8, I believe, Geckos, the new ones, the 8 points for 4 vehicles. I didn't really, AA in the last Historicon stuff, didn't use it very often because my opponents rarely took planes. So I wanted to just have 1 unit. I really wanted to take something cheaper, but again, like the Acacias, this was a test run to figure out, exactly what, these things can do, if they're worth the 8 points with only their 5 up save, but having a ridiculous amount of AA firepower. We'll check it out. And finally, I got some of those new storms. I want to use those storms. AT-23 for Soviets. Sexy. So, all right. Well, I'll get to it. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right, guys. Round 1 of my Team Yankee test games. So, as you see here, this is the battlefield we're going to be playing on. Hasty attack. We have the West Germans defending on the right, and actually a hasty attack, engaging the prepared attack of the T-64 battalion coming from the Soviets. As we started out, we got the motorized infantry dug in over here on my objective. We have the BMP-2s nearby giving anti-tank support with their missiles, basically overwatching the battlefield. And then the big attack over here, comprised of 14 T-64s. It's a hefty little tank force of the most powerful tank in the Soviet arsenal. They're going to be trying to push through this town, and hopefully there's an objective over there, guarded by the Leopard 2s and the Gepards. Those are the scariest tanks the West can bring, but there's only 4 of them, 14 of us, so hopefully get a knife fight range. They might pull back, I'm guessing, but see what happens. But over here we got a lot of AT support coming in from the Jaguars and the Milans. And they have the Leopard 2 command tank over there to make their skills super awesome and make them so they don't run away, really. And then got the Martyrs as well. It's going to be a tough game for the Soviets, I feel. We're going to really push in hard, hopefully get some reinforcements in. Maybe get 2 attacks going over here on the left. We got enough support coming on. There's also a BMP observer over here. But yeah, let's see what happens. And I don't know if I mentioned, but the Leopard 1s are also in ambush as well. So, funny thing is, the West German player taught me that the Leopard 1s are the best ambushing unit just for the fact that they have the worst gun. So you got to make sure that all their shots count. But I'm interested to see how that AT-19 gun works against the front armor 17 of the T-64. So, hoping for good things. We'll see. All right, let's get to the game. All right, end of the first turn. It was bloody. So we had the Martyrs come over here, starting from this side, not doing much. Then we had, they shot at that BMP one and it didn't do anything. The Leopard 1s sprung their ambush over here and took some pot shots at these T-64s. They did not do anything, unfortunately. They actually did bail out that tank, causing a morale check on them with the death of their other tank over here, because the Jaguars, they actually only bailed out 2 tanks in the middle. Leopard 1 did nothing. The Leopard 2s, though, were fairly nasty. Popped a whole bunch of tanks over there, and then with the Milans killing 1 tank and then them killing another, that middle tank platoon that all bogged down, yeah, they all died. So the commanders bogged down. I'm going to say that Soviet T-64 14-inch move, people say it's not that much. It's a huge difference right now because I can just feel it. Hopefully I'll be able to remount a bunch of my guys, and I'm just going to get on top of them next turn. Hopefully my 9 T-64s is enough to wipe out these Leopard 2s. We'll see, though. All right, we'll get back to it. All right, so this turn, it's fairly interesting. My T-64s moved up and did nothing. It was terrible again. It was I got in good shots, good positions, got a couple hits in, but I was rolling hot on those Leopard 2s. Yeah, just knocked them right out. But luckily, other than that, their Leopard 2 shooting doing pretty well. They only got 2 kills on my T-64s. So all their firepower, the Milans, Jaguars, Leopard 1s, it was pretty surprising. So I still got some T-64s, not going amazingly great for them right now.
Hopefully we can get in and finally get in that knife fighting range at point blank. The Acacias came in, couldn't range in. Just poor checks for that. So even if it wasn't smoke bombardment, which I was kind of like debating about what I wanted to do, yeah, it didn't happen. BMP-2s missed. It was a terrible turn for the Soviets, but luckily the Germans rolled garbage, and we'll see what happens this next turn. All right, guys. I'm going to end up calling it right now because I just had a really brutal. I just lost all my BMP-2s. I had 3 reinforcements come in, which was real nice, but it ended up them all getting destroyed. So like all those BMP-2s died, and they lost like all their crew that was inside of them. When the Leopard 2s over here moved up, or Leopard 1s, I should say. Yeah, my T-64, I just could not roll for those T-64s. That 4 up to hit on Leopard 2s is absolutely gross. And even though they're taking the morale checks, I don't know. See, it's hard to take those smaller platoons of T-64s. I think that you're going to need more. 14. Don't know if it's enough. Didn't get to see the geckos. The Acacias, guys, failed to range in every time. That Soviet artillery skill, so trash. It makes me wonder if I should take carnations or even take artillery at all. That's a lot of points. It's kind of like sinking in, but maybe I should have been using the smoke bombardment. I wouldn't have ranged in either way. T-64s, I think, are sweet. You need to be in cover. They need more cover on this board. I thought that the West Germans didn't have a lot of cover, but obviously it didn't matter to them. Just bogging down with those tanks in the beginning, not getting their shots off. It was just a real mess. These T-64s just could not get in that knife fighting range. I could not hit with any missile. It was terrible. All my BMP-2s shooting missiles off didn't matter. And then they just died so easily too. The Martyr 2s, or the Martyrs, were going to start shooting them up. Could not hit the Jaguars over here. I was trying to counter missile his, needing 5s, like 3 turns of those missiles shooting at this one Jaguar over here in the Leopard 1. Could not hit him. It was terrible. So that was the first game. I'm not going to be discouraged with the T-64. Might go do some list tweaking. But yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys next time. Things to just learn about. It's hard. Those West Germans are brutal, man. Especially with this type of brutal list, with all the firepower just deployed right away. Yeah, but we got to keep going. And that armor, I'm going to tell you what. That T-64's extra armor. I just want more T-64s, honestly, now. I was thinking about taking a balanced list, but now I'm just kind of thinking about taking 20 T-64s in a list and ramming them down someone's throat. Well, we'll see. I kind of do want cool things, but I kind of feel like you just need T-64s, and maybe I'll do a bunch of BTRs and spandrels and stuff like that. And the storms are cool, but I can't get them into position, especially if you have a half-on, half-off scenario. So we'll see. I'm going to mess around with some lists. I know I can get 20 T-64s in a list for I think it's 90 or so points, I think. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with those new BRDMs and stuff like that. And those wheeled vehicles with 10 points. It's a lot of points. You can get a lot of cheap little things. So we'll see. Well, I'll talk to you guys later about it, and hopefully we can figure something out, how to beat these West Germans for once.